Balala a little bit earlier. Let's listen in.
All right, so the Elephant Naming Festival is on October 9th this year, and it's the very first one. Of course, we are very excited about this because it is an opportunity for more people and corporates to ensure that conservation is at play. We are now joined by Balala, who is the CS for tourism, and he will give us an update in relation to this. Thank you so much for joining us, Waziri. I mean, it's such an exciting affair. How much have you collected so far from the facility?
Well, this is going to be the first time we are doing a tembo naming ceremony, and we want to profile first the iconic endangered species, the elephant. Secondly is we want to also create an experience of this ceremony for tourism, both local and international. And also we are focusing in at Amboseli is because Amboseli has been a home of 1,800 elephants. We have the biggest baby boom of elephants in the last 1 year. In Amboseli, over 200 new babies during the COVID time. So we said, let's profile it. At the same time, Amboseli is one of our best parks. And then also we said, why don't we be innovative and fundraise? That's why we said, can we put up a prize on adopting a name? So now we have collected here 4 million Kenya shillings. Our target is 100 million. And this money will go to the Conservation Trust Fund. We have just established a new organization, the Conservation Trust Fund, to address issues of conservation, but also challenges that comes with conservation. Conservation is a very expensive affair. And elephants are very destructive. They are wonderful animals, but very destructive. So we need to make sure there is a coexistence between humans, the communities, and also elephants. So that is the program we are developing now.
Perhaps for people who are still getting to know this festival, just how do you go about it? Where do you start if you want to adopt or even parent an elephant?
Well, in the Magical Kenya website and also the KWS website, all the information is there. So there's a roadmap on how you participate and when do you come in and adopt. We don't just want to pay, but we want you also to participate with us. So that you can see the elephants in that surroundings. The
tourism sector right now, it's still in the middle of the pandemic, but are we seeing some signs of improvement? Is there light at the end of the tunnel?
Certainly we have to have hope, and there is light at the end of the tunnel. Tourism is slowly recovering. I don't want to use the word recovering. Recovery year will be 2021. Yeah. Now it's just trickling in. And because it's a high season for the wildebeest migration, we have quite a number of American tourists who have arrived into the country during this period. But again, I want to appreciate the Kenyan domestic market. They've done very well to support our economy, and people are happy. But yes, full recovery year will be 2021. Yeah, and then the numbers that come of 2019, which is over 2 million people, will be 2023.
But do we have to learn how to live with this disease? Is it in the middle of the disease?
We have no choice but to actually adopt the disease, learn how to live with it. And the best thing is to make sure that the protocols are followed. Masks are followed, social distance are done, make sure that you are double vaccinated, not single. So that, and let me tell you, if today you are an entity, a hospitality entity in the country, and you make sure that all your staff are vaccinated, double vaccinated, and you follow the protocols, I can tell you, you'll get more tourists. Otherwise, if you didn't, you wouldn't get tourists.
And how can the country also ensure that we get more visitors? What are some of the things that we can introduce or measures we can introduce so that we encourage more visitors to come, especially the ones who are vaccinated?
First of all, the issue of quarantine discourages visitors. We want to open up, and the country is opened. And Kenya, the good thing is we are not rigid in that. We only need PCR tests to be negative. But also, if we need our scientists to prove that if you are double vaccinated, you are much safer. Do you need a PCR anymore? So those are the discussions happening in the office.
All right, thank you so much, CS Balala. Of course, he has been highlighting what is going to happen in terms of the Elephant Naming Festival on October 9th. He's also shed some light in terms of the status of the tourism industry at the moment, giving a thumbs up, not saying the recovery is there, but saying there is light at the end of the tunnel. Back to you in studio.
Thank you, Brenda, for that indeed, and we do hope that the situation goes back to normal. You're watching News Desk. We want to take a short commercial break, but I'll be back with more on the